Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sunderland Road to Glory. Welcome back to Rebuilding Sunderland. In today's episode we've got two huge games in the First Division. We've got Cardiff City coming up, and then we've got West Brom for the game after. If you are new to the series, as I say, please leave a like down below, a subscribe if you're new, would really help me out. Let's get cracking with today's episode. So you last left us out at the Notts County game, didn't we? We did that one, didn't we? I think it was the Notts County and Derby game. Our poor form there. That was really horrific form, to be honest. I wasn't happy at all. So I changed things up. I tried our defensive system a little bit, and that kind of worked. In the next two games, we picked up a result, and then I decided to just go for it. We might as well have fun while we're here. So I went to a 4-4-2 with two wingers high up the pitch, and the results started to flow. I changed up the personnel a little bit too, played Cummins as an advance forward, rotating with Ricky J. Jones and Adam Ida as a deep laying forward, and it worked. It really did. Our form has been excellent since then. Only lost one game against Burnley, who obviously just come down from the Premier League, so that's no great shame in that. Curtis Jones has been absolutely sensational. What a player he is. He is obviously a proper world-classy type wonder kid. I don't think we're going to be able to keep hold of him for next season. But looking at the table here, let's just go to the table competitions. You can see that our form has been so good that we see ourselves catapulted up into second position. Now I'm expecting us to finish up somewhere around sort of the playoff positions. That's what I'm hoping for at the moment. So like I say, we've got two huge games coming up for you, the Cardiff and the West Brom game. Let's get to them right now. Just before we get to the game, actually, I just got a message saying Ricky J. Jones was performing particularly well in training. Look at this improvement that the lad's made. He is lightning quick. I think I'm actually going to play him, show you him in the Cardiff game. So here we are then, day of the game, everybody. This is the team we're going to go with. As I was saying, I'm going to play Ricky J. Jones here. White, who's come in, has been brilliant for me, Harvey White, since he's come in. Spurs, by the way, their youth setup, they've got a lot of really incredible youth players coming through. I know that they've also been updated this patch. That's a good hunting ground for you guys if you're planning on a new save. Narty is playing there because old what's-his-face got an injury, suspension. Menji has got a suspension. Jack Clark can come in on the right-hand side here. Billy Gilmore. I'm playing Harper as box-to-box midfield. I like these two in the midfield. So we'll submit that team and get to the game itself. Yeah, so the form really has picked up a lot. I think we should be there or thereabouts, you know, with a playoff spot. I'd be delighted with, if I'm honest. Let's get to the game itself. I'd be delighted with a playoff spot. I mean, there could be a danger in us actually catapulting straight up. I don't think we've got the squad at all, if I'm honest, to survive. We're kind of reliant still on our loan signings. I haven't had enough time or money to build the squad up. Vidra. Oh, they are good, this Cardiff side. Every team that I've come across in this division, I thought, goodness me, they've got some players in that team. It just shows the strength of the competition in this country. So we're drifting towards the game. What I quite often like with this 4-2-4 is this situation here. Where you sort of spring from their attack. Ricky J. Jones with his pace. Can he finish? Saved by Smithies there. He was a keeper that I always used to try and get. Bit of a wonder kid back in the day. Yeah, I mean, like I say, that you spring from these attacking positions for the opposition, if that makes sense. Vidra with a shot. Oh, but they are all over us here. I'm not 100% sure that this attacking 4-2-4 is the right way to go here. We will persist with it. Curtis Jones over on the left here is knackered, so we might need to change him round. White, De Silva, Jones, oh, unlucky Jones, you should have scored that, mate. I think this is his first full debut for the club, so I'll be interested to see if he can snatch a goal. That would do his confidence the world of good. But Cummins has been fine, as I said earlier. I thought he would be fine in this division. He's just got a knack of being in the right place at the right time. You don't see him that often in games, and then he's there. Armini scores from a corner. That's the other thing. I've been working on the set pieces as well. I think it's vital to get the set pieces right. So I've been working on routines like this short corner routine here, which I like, and the long throws as well. It's a pretty sort of British Brexity type tactic, I should say. Burnley type tactic, I guess you'd call it. But they do score through long. These teams around us, man. I mean, it is remarkable how we're doing, how well we are, given that our squad isn't exactly the strongest in the world. So I've got to be pretty pleased with how we're doing. Let's get to the dressing room. Give the halftime team talk. You're performing. I'm delighted with your performance so far. Oh, everybody, that was the wrong thing to say. Should have left it to Glenn Snowden. Snowden, by the way, has signed a new deal with me. Everton, I believe, were after him, and I managed to persuade him to stick around. I think our backroom staff are just so good now for the work I put in. I'll show you them after half time. I put so much work into getting the best that I can. Burge with the save. I still think that we're weak in goal. I didn't manage to get hold of a left back. There are a few that I was after. There's this kid called Sosa, who you may have heard of. I'll show you him as well later on. You may have heard of him or had him on previous saves. I have. So let's get Jack Clark here. Let's get Billy Gilmore on in deep laying playmaker here. And I think we'll bring Cummins on for Ricky J. Jones too. Yeah, I wasn't able to get him. I just don't have the money. I don't have anything left in my budgets. Even though we've made like a million or £2, because of our wages, our weekly wages, because of our wages, we can't afford any other transfers at the moment. Jack Clark, what a stupendous goal and bit of dribbling. That's what I like about this 4-2-4. The wing is so direct. It basically is a hit and rush kind of tactic. I really like it. It is fun to watch. All these big teams with their huge players on huge salaries all around us, and we're playing sort of kick and rush football. I do like it. It is quite funny, but I don't see this lasting. I think we're going to change back to our old system. Cummins hits the bar there. So I'm going to give the guys some encouragement. No, I'm going to give them some praise, actually. Praise the entire team. We're doing really, really well here, lads. So we're actually into first position, top of the table. Birmingham have I think they've had a takeover or something. They seem to be very active in the transfer markets. Vokes, White, over the top, and Narty picks up. Yeah, Narty's been whinging about game time as well. Lots of players have. So I think when we get into the January, there's going to be a few more who are going to be shipped out. And we'll see what the new board gives us, if they can give us any money to play around with. Costanza, again, he's improved so much. His attributes have just shot up. It really is ridiculous how good the lad is. White, De Silva with a shot. Lovely goal from De Silva at left back. So maybe I was a bit harsh on our existing left backs. Hume, by the way, has had interest from him from Rangers. So I withdrew the bid for Hume because I couldn't find a suitable replacement for him. I kept hold of him. I think we may again sell him in the winter, in the January. Just depends what we can get in, what I can see that's out there. But this is a lovely result, a magnificent result. Costanza away. Glatzel over the top to White. Wow, that's fast, that's quick. Long ball over the top. A Hollywood ball finds his man and he fails to convert. So, like I say, maybe we can do it. Maybe we can push for promotion. The next game will tell us a lot more about this team and this tactic. So I was just going to show you Costanza here. Oh, he's I said he was improving massively, and now he's got these red arrows. His arrows were all up previously. It might be because of the heavy game time, but you can see his physical attributes and his mental attributes have all improved significantly since he's been at the club. His technicals, not so much, but we can because he's so young, we can work on those later. And 2.9 million in valuation, really good. I was also going to show you my staff. We have got the best in the league at the moment. Snowden, I do recommend you pick him up. He's a really good assistant manager. He's got attributes for sort of a League One or a Championship side. His attributes are actually really terrific for those areas. And then of course we've got the likes of Warren Joyce here as one of our coaches. Brilliant coach he is. Ricky Spriggia, again, just superb for this level. So you can see I really have worked hard on getting the best staff in that I can. So here we are then, big game coming up now. This is a really big, important game this season. We're going to go with this team, I think. Should we get Billy Gilmore in? I think we probably should. And play him as deep laying playmaker here on defence. So this is the team we're going to go with. We've had a little bit. Curtis Jones has had a knock in between the games, and he's. I just basically played him out of his skin, so he needs a rest. Even though it is a big game, I just don't want to risk him too much. And Jorin has been a big disappointment this season. When I played the shadow striker role, he's just not played very well at all. I was in fact playing Aidan Barlow, as you can see there in that position. But let's submit the team and get to the game itself. So exciting times here at Sunderland. Maybe I wonder if we can hold on to second, the automatic promotion spot. It's such a big difference from the last time you were with me, where we were struggling to scrape results. We're now got a full momentum and enthusiasm behind us in our team, and it really has made a huge difference to the way we're playing. And this hit and rush kind of tactic, it is very fun to watch sometimes. Oh, what is that? Oh, I thought that was in from Clark from a huge distance out. That would have been one of the weirdest goals I've ever seen on Football Manager. Green picks up on the left. Green had a bid of a couple of million in for him. I'm going to want 4 or 5 mil in for Green, I think, Andre Green, if I do decide to sell him. I think he may have a release clause in his contract, so if I do decide to go for it, I think they may have to activate that. I'm not going to sell my squad just for the sake of selling it, you know. We're coming towards the half time, because if you keep selling and keep trying to make profit, Cummins with a shot, saved by Johnston. If you keep selling and keep making profit, you'll never get a settled side. You'll never get to that position where you can you know what players you can rely on, etc., and what changes to make. So it's important you get that team cohesion, I think. Burge, he's done all right. Burge, he's actually surprised me. He's not like exceptional by any stretch, and I do want a new goalie, a good goalie, Clark. But like I say, I think that can wait until the summer, especially if we go up. We should have a fair amount of money if we do go up. Costanza, Clark, always good from these corners. Costanza, Clark, oh, should have been a goal there, wide of the post. We're making the most of set pieces in this tactic. It is very much a Burnley type tactic, this one. And I do enjoy watching it. So we're coming into half time now. 0-0, I'll take that against West Brom. They are a very good side in this division. Let's see, should we make any changes? Clark's got an injury, but we don't really. Well, we got Ndai here. I've not really played him that much. I wonder if we should, because of Clark's injury there. Let's bring him on, see how he does. What's the worst that can happen, eh? And that's going to be it, I think. We're going to bring on Harper on for White, and we're going to play Harper as a Mazzala in attack here. And we're going to go to the dressing room, give the team talk, or let Glenn do it, and start the second half there. So, like I say, I don't know about you guys. Normally, I rely on my backroom staff to do so much of the work for me. I just don't find it enjoyable, setting up the training and the individual training, not so bad. And the development of youngsters, not so bad, but the calendar training, the schedules, etc. I just don't find that part annoying, and I know I could get a lot more. And die with a shot there. I know I could get a lot more out of it, out of my trainings if I did them myself and learn how to do it properly. But I just don't find it fun. I don't know. I think that's a big area of weakness in my game. I'm much more comfortable buying, selling, trading players, etc., etc. I think that's where I excel. Let's bring on Ricky J. Jones for come in, see if he can get us a goal. Confirm that sub. I wonder if also playing Ida as deep lying forward is stymieing his goals a little bit, if you know what I mean. Harper, well done. De Silva, Green, away. Gilmore, nicely played. Back to Costanza. Ida, good play Ida. And Ricky J. Jones should have scored again. Ricky J, you've had 2 or 3 good chances this episode, my friend. I mean, he is young and we've got a lot of time left to him. Let's give them some encouragement. We've got a lot of time left to build him, but I would like to see more of a cutting edge, a killer instinct from him. De Silva, he's done well at left back. I said that and he's given the ball away. But like I say, I mean, you can't forget that this team is made up basically of frees and loan signings from the Prem. So I think we are doing very, very well, apart from Harper. Speaking of, here is Harper. Was that off the bar from the keeper there? I think it was. Harper's done it all right. Like I say, I mean, I don't want to make him a scapegoat or anything like that. We spent a lot of money on Raheem Harper, and I was expecting a little bit more, but it must be difficult coming into a new club. So it finishes off 0-0. I'm fairly happy with that result there, everybody. I'll take that to the bank all day long. So interestingly enough there, just had a message saying that Burnley, speaking of, Burnley were after me. They've been relegated from the Prem, so they've been looking around for a new manager, I think. Sacked Dyche, I think it was, they sacked. I think he was still there anyway, and I'm on their cards. I might be tempted to do a private save with them. That could be fun. If I do get the job, I just save it separately to this one and just continue on with Sunderland for this series. But let's take a look at where we're going to come back to you at. Schedule. Let's take a look at where we're going to come back to you. So we're going to do the whole of December here, I think. And then into most of January. I'll come back to you at the end of January. I'll show you the January transfer windows, obviously, and we'll come back to you at the Nottingham Forest and Derby and Bristol City games. So there we have it, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed that episode. If you have, please give it a like down below. A subscribe if you're new would help me out massively. Thanks very much for watching, and have a lovely rest of your day, everyone.